friends, my name is Jen and I love cookies. I am clearly going through quarantine phases because I have dyed my hair red. Earlier in quarantine, back in like May, I dyed it teal, but my premise then was like, well, if it looks terrible, nobody will see it. And back then I didn't have a YouTube channel. So I'm lucky that I really like my new red hair. It is temporary, it will wash out. So worst case scenario, I could have just showered like 50 times in one night to get it out. But I'm happy I did not have to do that, and I'm just enjoying my new red hair. So today, I am going to rate another protein cookie, but this one is from a different brand. So full disclosure, I did used to be a brand rep for Quest, and they sent me a ton of free products. I am no longer a brand rep for Quest, and they no longer send me free stuff. This video is not sponsored or paid for in any way. I bought this at the grocery store. I paid for it myself. But just so you know, there was a point in time when Quest used to send me free products in order to support their brand. But I do want to say that I think of all the protein cookies that I have tried, the ones from Quest are my favorite. And the reason for that is every other protein cookie that I have ever seen does this dumb thing where they tell you on the front, like, ooh, 15 grams of protein. And then you look at the back and it's like 170 calories and you're like, wow. But what they don't tell you is that the serving size is only for half a cookie. So you eat this cookie thinking you're getting 15 grams of protein for 170 calories, which is pretty good. But they're lying to you. You're getting 15 grams of protein for 340 calories. And it's dumb. Like, nobody's gonna eat half a cookie. Who does that? So anyway, I love Quest protein cookies because they don't do that crap. A serving size is one cookie. You can see right here, it has 15 grams of protein in it, which is normal amount of protein for way fewer calories than the normal protein cookies. So I just, I like these for that reason only. So here's what it looks like. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Maybe if I turn the light up a little bit. It's a little bit like sparkly. It doesn't have any real sugar, but it does have sugar alcohols in it. And so I think that, the sparkliness that you see on there is probably a sugar alcohol. You can see some peanut pieces in the top, but they're actually more visible from the bottom. This is also a very normal sized cookie, I would say. It's a larger but like normal bakery sized cookie, regular thickness, and this one does have like a little, it has a normal cookie amount of give, I would say. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and see if it's as good as I remember it being. My light keeps turning off, and I don't know why. Turn it back on. Wrong color light. It smelled really peanut buttery when I had it close to my face. It was like, ooh, it's a lot of peanut butter. It did not taste as peanut buttery as it smelled, but it definitely does still have a peanut butter taste to it. It's also very chewy, which I think, it's not like the chewiest cookie I've ever had, but as far as cookies go, it's definitely on the high chewy end of cookies. It does have a bit of a protein taste. It almost has like, it tastes like they use protein powder. It's probably in addition to flour. I guess it's kind of instead. So it does have a bit of a protein taste, but it's more in the front half of the cookie. It's not in the aftertaste at all. And I spent a lot of time eating a lot of protein powdered things, protein bars and stuff. So I don't really mind it. It's like if you know you're eating a protein cookie and you're okay with it tasting a little proteiny, I feel like it's a very acceptable amount of protein taste. It doesn't make it bad. It just is like, yes, it is apparent that this cookie is high in protein. I also think it's interesting, the peanut pieces in here, I kind of sort of notice them, but barely. So I think they did get pretty softened in the baking process. And they are adding peanut flavor for sure, but they are not adding a lot of peanut texture. The cookie is just like a pretty consistent, chewy texture for the most part. But I think the peanut pieces are worth having in there for the flavor that they're adding. So I think I've rated 2 other brands of protein cookies so far. This one's definitely the closest to normal cookie in both taste and texture. The other ones had like this weird Play-Doh smell to them that was not good. This one doesn't. It smells like peanuts, maybe a little bit like sugar alcohol. It uses, I don't want to say it, I'm scared. Erythritol. Erythritol. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it uses that one. I feel like I can smell it a little bit. But there isn't a weird, like aspartame. Some artificial sweeteners have a weird aftertaste, and this one doesn't. It's fine. Yeah. It's pretty good. Really. It is. So every other protein cookie that I have tried, I have described as either not bad, aggressively neutral, or just bad. This is the only one that I would say is actually good. It's also the only one I've had so far that I think is actually passable as a cookie. Like if I wanted to eat a cookie, but I also wanted to get protein, I think this would actually satisfy my cookie craving in an effective way, which is actually why I used to eat them. I used to eat these pretty regularly. I don't know if it was the peanut butter ones. They had oatmeal raisin ones and white chocolate macadamia nut ones. But I used to eat them fairly often because it did feel like I was eating a cookie. That said, it's still a protein cookie. You can tell it's a protein cookie, so you have to go into it with the expectation. But for them to make a protein cookie that honestly has similar nutrition stats to protein bars, but is a cookie and is good, I think is a pretty big deal. Is it like the best peanut butter cookie I've ever had? No, it's still a protein cookie. Is it a good peanut butter cookie? Yeah, I would say I've had worse. It was very peanut buttery, like I was satisfied with the amount of peanut butter that I got from that, whereas some peanut butter cookies I think are a little bit too mild. And the sweetener, artificial, did not have any weird sort of taste. It's really just like you can taste the protein a little bit. But other than that, it's a pretty good, very chewy peanut butter cookie. I'm gonna go ahead and go with a 6.8. So that was the peanut butter protein cookie from Quest Nutrition. I have definitely gotten stricter over time because I think there's in a past life a few months ago I would have rated that somewhere in the 7s, but today I went with a 6.8. If you like watching me talk about cookies, please like, comment, and or subscribe below. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day and eat more cookies.